Hey guys, before we start, I wanted to take a moment and thank all of you for the amazing support that I've got on my latest post about my dad passing away. Every single one of you, thank you. Adobe just released After Effects 26.3, and I'm gonna be straight up, it's amazing. After Effects actually feels upgraded after updating. And today I'll show you what's new. Let's open up After Effects. Number 1. Creating depth of field. This one is very cool because you can make After Effects focus on one object and make the other ones appear blurry and out of focus. First of all, let's create a sphere. Just click and hold the Cube tool and in this menu, select Sphere. Now in the Composition panel, click and drag to make a ball. Alright, this is a 3D object by the way. Oh, make sure your comp is set to the Advanced 3D render. Okay. To create depth of field, we need two spheres, so let's duplicate this one. Let me move it to the right, and as you can see, both the spheres are at the same distance from the camera, which is important to remember for now. Next, right-click in the timeline and go to New, and then Camera. In this window, make sure Enable Depth of Field is checked. Don't worry about these settings, we'll change them in a second. For now, click on OK. Now I want my camera to focus on the left ball, and I want the right ball to be blurry in the background. So to make the camera focus on the left ball, select that layer together with the camera. Then go to the layer menu on top and at the bottom find camera. In here, select set focus distance to layer. Now of course nothing really changes because both of the balls are at the same distance from the camera, remember? But we'll change that soon. Double click the camera layer to open up the settings, and in here we're gonna change the aperture to something like 28. Then hit OK. Now we're gonna move the right ball further away from the camera to make it appear out of focus. And as you can see, this looks amazing. The ball is now out of focus and it actually looks like it's in the background. You can create so many cool stuff with this, for example these cubes right here. If you guys want, I'll make a detailed video about it, just let me know down below. Number 2. Copy and pasting SVGs, which is short for Scalable Vector Graphics. You can now copy something out of Illustrator, for example, like this ball. Now that I think about it, we're doing a lot with balls today. Anyway, to make sure you can copy this object, go to the Edit menu on top and then go to Preferences. In here, click Clipboard Handling. Then in this window, make sure Include SVG Code is checked. This isn't checked by default, so you'll have to do this. Then click on OK. Now you can simply select a layer and hit Ctrl+C to copy it. Then in After Effects, press Ctrl+V to paste the layer into your project. This is amazing, it speeds up workflows tremendously. Next, I want to show you something that also speeds up your workflow tremendously. Storyblocks. I use their plugin to download unlimited videos from their 100% human-made stock media library, built for creators. Once you found the clip you want, click the download button and boom, it will appear in your project panel. It's built to save you time. You don't even have to leave After Effects or Premiere anymore. The footage is made by real artists. Storyblocks doesn't accept AI-generated assets. They work with actual filmmakers and artists from around the world who create high-quality footage, music, sound effects, and templates. Everything you download is royalty-free, pre-licensed and ready for personal, commercial and monetized projects. I've used Storyblocks to grow all my channels, and I'm not just using the stock media, but also the ready-to-use Premiere Pro and After Effects templates. Those templates are still saving me hours every single day. To get access to the human-made stock media library built for creators and essential to my workflow, head over to storyblocks.com/After Effects Basics. They're currently offering 15% off any annual plan for a limited time, and that discount is only available through my link. Thank you Storyblocks so much for sponsoring this video. Number 3. They updated the mask tracker, and it's pretty cool. Let me show you how I use the mask tracker by blurring the license plate of this car. Anyway, if you don't recognize this car, leave this video immediately and go watch Back to the Future. Anyway, let me select the clip and then in the toolbar, pick the pen tool to create a mask. Then in the composition panel, draw a mask around the license plate. Once it's closed, everything around the license plate will be gone, but we'll fix that in a second. Now let's track it. To do that, expand your clip in the timeline, expand the masks, and then mask 1. In here, you'll find these new tracking buttons. First, let's track the mask forward. Adobe claims this process is now 5 times faster. I guess it's true because it is extremely fast. Now, of course, we still want to track backwards, and there you go. Very fast, our license plate is tracked perfectly. Now the next step is duplicating the clip and then removing the mask from the bottom clip. That way the video will be revealed again. Let me rename the top clip to blurred license plate. Alright, now in the effects and presets panel, find Gaussian blur. Drag it to the license plate, and now if you go back to the timeline, then expand it, open up the effects, you'll find Gaussian blur. To add more blur, you can increase it here, and if you find that your plate is becoming more readable again, you can always go back into the mask settings and increase the mask expansion. There you go. Number 4. Copy a frame to the clipboard. Let's say I want to use this frame in After Effects to make a thumbnail. Well, then there's this new button right here, which will grab a screenshot of your composition and copy it to your clipboard. That means that wherever you are, Gmail, WhatsApp or Photoshop, you can simply hit Ctrl+V on your keyboard to paste the frame. I mean, this is great. Number 5. Girl noise. A new effect that's amazing for animated backgrounds or to create water, smoke, whatever. You can apply it to your video or to a solid. Once it's applied, you can already see what it looks like when you're playing it back. This is of course completely adjustable. I'm not gonna go over all these settings, but if you want, I'll make a detailed video about it. Just say the word down below. Number 6. This one is simple. You can now press a button that hides all fonts that aren't variable. There you go. Variable fonts give you a bit more customization, like for example the weight and the width of your text. Isn't that amazing? Now, I actually created a tutorial for an amazing sky replacement effect, and I'll show you how to do it step by step right here in this video on your left. Thank you guys so much for watching.